3. Olga, you can start.
So hello everyone. My name is Olga Stanchik, and I work at Vilnius Tech University at the Center of Strategic Partnership, and I am responsible for the alumni field. So today I'm very glad that I can introduce you Renata Zaliauskaite, who has finished bachelor and master's studies at our university. Also, Renata is our alumni and friends club representative. She is chairwoman of environmental engineering faculty, and Renata is currently working in the company Light Conversion. It is one of the world's leading manufacturers of lasers. So this is a short introduction of her, and I would like Renata to start her presentation about her studies and career, and also about maybe Renata could share more about her experience in project management and what made her specialize in this field. So Renata, the floor is yours.
So thank you, Olga. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm working in project management more than 15 years. Recently, I joined my new team at Light Conversion, where the main purpose for me is to create a project management and implement it in companies' processes and create a project management culture which help us to deliver our strategical objectives and initiatives. But also through my career path, I was work with different kinds of projects from IT system implementation to infrastructure projects, as project manager, as team lead, as head of project management implementation in companies. I came to project management field by completely accident because during my bachelor's studies at Vilnius Tech University, I was studying city engineering, and I was planned to be a city planner, but life is life. And now we are talking about project management. So how it's happened? During my bachelor studies, I was looking for the theme for my bachelor thesis. And the main purpose for me was to solve the real problem in real life. So what I did, I contact my hometown municipality authorities and ask them if my hometown have a problem which I can solve with my knowledge from the university. And by accident, the top leaders from Birchtoras municipality have recently came from the Netherlands. There they were looking for road safety solutions which could use in my hometown, and we made an agreement. And I was looking for road safety solutions in my hometown, and now the turbo roundabout at the entrance to my hometown is great the road safety for more than 15 years for the visitors and for residents. So it starts my path in project management. Later, they asked me to join their team. I was working with my hometown park reconstruction project, courthouses reconstruction project. Later, I joined my next team in Lithuanian Transport Safety Administration, where I worked with IT system projects, road safety IT system projects. Then I joined Litgrid, which is Lithuanian electricity network transformation system operator, where I worked as at first as project manager, later as team lead, and we manage substation reconstruction project, overhead line reconstruction projects, wind and solar power connections to network transformation systems. I think this dynamic environment led me to realize myself. So that's why I'm in the project management.
Thank you, Renata. Yes, I see that you have lots of experience in that field, and I would like to ask, how do you think, what qualities do you need to become a good project manager, and what makes a successful professional in this field?
Okay, thank you for your question, Olga. In my opinion, there are some essential characteristics, personal characteristics, which is important for project managers. And first, it would be have to be result oriented. It's very easy to stuck in the process during the project implementation processes, but you have to achieve the goal, to focus your team to achieve the goal, the project goals. So you have to be result oriented. The second one is about strategically thinking. In my opinion, project manager have to be able to see the big picture of the project path, that he could notice the small steps which could impact your project after a year, after 2 years. So you have to be focused on that and strategically change your action plans during that process. The third, for me, I think, is the communication. Good communication skills. We all know that more than 90% of project managers' work is communication. And you have to connect all your team members and other members who is interested in the project and solve the problems with them. And the last one is emotional resilience. It's about to be focused in the stressful situation, to be able to find the solution and decision in the stressful situation, and feel and be hot-headed. But of course, there is not enough personal qualities for the project manager. You have to know a lot of things about current project with specific requirements. For example, legal, technical requirements and others, which helps you to make a decisions, or sometimes stop your team and say that it's illegally and legal, and we have to change our decision. So it is between your personal and other specific qualities and knowledge in this specific project knowledge. And of course, what I think, in my opinion, what does that project manager is professional, that you don't have to do the project management process right. You have to do the right process at the right time, and this is the key.
Okay, thank you very much. So maybe you could tell more about the projects which you implemented. What makes a project a success? Maybe can you share some success stories?
I think that the meaningful and the teamwork in the company helps to achieve the goal for a project. it's very important that the team knows why we are doing this and why we're creating this project. So one of the most memorable projects for me was then due to the delay of procurement process, we have to achieve our project deliverables 3 months earlier than our contract deadline. So we have only 3 months from 6. So what I did, I worked with my top management of company, with CEO. We worked together to show the prioritization of the project, why we are doing, to create that we are all on the same page, why we need that these deliverables on time, while Lithuania need these deliverables on time, and we succeed. I think all changes need support from the top management and prioritization. Then team members know where we are going and why. It's very easy for project manager to focus their strength and achieve their goals.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And also, I think we can discuss more about the sustainability. Maybe you have an experience in sustainability. How are decisions made to implement sustainable solutions and projects, and what can encourage more of them?
Sustainability now is an integral part of project management for using more durable, less polluting, and more environment-friendly solutions in our projects. But of course, we know that the decision is taken by a project sponsor, and we know that today sustainability means a higher price for a project. So it's not easy to decide to pay more today for tomorrow. It's a very difficult decision. But of course, we know that the willingness comes with cultural and attitude changes. So what we can do, we can talk about it, why it's important to us, why these decisions have to be made today, and try to talk about it in our families, in our kindergartens, in schools, in universities, where we are creating our future leaders who will make the decisions after later. So I hope that one day sustainability even be a topic for the discussion and it become a must, as put a seatbelt before you drive in the car.
Okay, thank you. And also, maybe we can talk more about if you have experience of applying lean methods in project management, and is it like effective, and how it helps to manage projects?
I'm living with lean tools from maybe 2017. Then I joined Lithuania Transport City Administration company, and it's said that lean is a philosophy, another thinking. And what I used is Mini Kaizen, PDCA Kaizen, Gemba, 5S, Kanban, how we can use it for project management. For example, if you want to create a more efficient project management process, you can take your process, take PDCA or Mini Kaizen, and try to eliminate unnecessary steps from that process and create more efficient process. For example, if you want to create your daily meetings more structural, and you can use daily meetings tools. It's how to make a decision in the short time. Also, if you want to create a better environment for your team members, you can use 5S or Kanban. It's about how to create more tidier, more easy finding, more ergonomic environment for your team. And it's very often using in the factories. So because it's come from Toyota factory, and now I can surely say that lean is in my blood, and I see through all processes of value of them. As Peter Drucker, father of modern management, said, there is no there is nothing more pointless than doing something efficiently that should not be done at all. So I think I try thinking through this too during this time.
Okay, thank you, Renata. So maybe there are any questions from listeners?
I have a question. First of all, I would like to complete something that Renata has mentioned. It's not only, regarding the emotional intelligence, it's not only to take decision under pressure and control your emotions, but also I think that during the decision-making process, you should understand the other side. Because when you are going to decide, you need to take into the consideration the emotion and the state and the position of the other. This is like, just like this is also important, and this also elevates the complexity on how to make decisions. I like very much at the beginning, if I got it well, you mentioned about project management culture, if I got it well. So I would like to ask you, first of all, what do you mean by project management culture? If this is the case, how you can develop, because the project management skills are so essential also for the academics. It's not, the academics, they are called in their life during their career in order to handle projects and handle also people. This is a part of management. So what kind of trainings you have provided to your company staff? You're working for one of the biggest laser companies, Light Conversion. So I would like to know if you provide any project management courses for your engineers within the company. And my second question is, like, you provide an excellent example. How did you apply, if I got it well, your project management skills by asking your town if they have any problems, and you somehow volunteer in order to solve them? How we can transfer this attitude to the teachers? This is the way that we should teach in the universities right now, starting from the case studies. The people, they respond, and we have to be the facilitators. So what kind of trainings do you offer to your engineers in light conversion regarding management?
In each company, we have to find out the main needs. And for example, in Litgrid, we more training project managers, but they were more higher experts in project managers, so we can choose more at the other legal, for maybe at the station, more or Prince trainings. But it's about higher level project managers. In light conversions, we are start from our basics, from a training about project management process, how we are doing this, and we start from the low training about project management basics. We create project management process using stage gate. It's how we manage our product development process from initiation to launch. So we use stage gate. We made our this training by ourselves. It's my team training for the technical project managers. So it depends on the needs of the company. You have to understand at what level are project management process in that current company. So there are a lot of different methodology, but it's about they all talking about 5 steps. And for example, at the grid we were above third. In light conversion we are about second. So you have to focus where are you at that time, and to create these trainings for your team.
Excellent. And I suspect that you totally agree, Renata, that this kind of fundamentals should be introduced to any undergraduate student of any discipline.
I think we should introduce our students with basics about project management because I think sometimes a lot of people create a lot of how to say, they don't understand what means project manager, what he is going to do in this particular job. And sometimes they want to do it, but they don't understand what they have to do. So, of course, then you leave the university. Sometimes you could become a project manager, but sometimes you would be a team member. So you have to understand what needs are needed from me in the project team, and the different sides from the different sides of you.
I agree. I agree. I think that this is something that we should collaborate, Olga, with Renata, to develop an introductory course from a manager to our students. Renata, if you are available, in order to, to provide some lectures on fundamentals of management to our students, it will be excellent. I can arrange such a course, and our students, they will come, because this is something very useful to have. And also the governance of the university. Sometimes we don't have, this kind of skills, to run, a university. It's a company. I mean, it's a project. It's a very big project. And the knowledge of all of these things are very useful.
And I see that we have a comment in the chat, so I can read it. Reskilling and upskilling in companies needs interdisciplinary thinking to solve real-time problems. European university alliances are good in this because universities work on the boundaries of the different disciplines and can help companies for reskilling and upskilling.
Yeah, this is a nice idea, but let me, Panagiotis Ignatiadis, a colleague of mine, to mention a very big gap, because the academics, they don't have, this kind of, let's say, mentality in general, like to try to share and transfer, this knowledge for upskilling and reskilling, particularly within the European university. We face challenges, from events like these ones, and also integration of curricula. So I think that the main issue within the academia is the mentality that you are useful, to publish papers, to promote the science, but also to upskill people and collaborate with companies. I think that this needs a lot of work to be done with all over the Europe. Probably some countries very close to industry, somehow they have, these channels and this culture, but in some other parts of Europe, this is not the case. They don't have the mentality, in my opinion.
Of course, in my opinion, it's very important for students and for future employees, for project manager to answer for yourself a few questions, very important questions. Because the project manager is very specific and very dynamic environment. Sometimes people don't understand how it could be. And I recommend from my point of view to answer for yourself, for example, do I like communication? Do you like connect people? Do you like multitasking because you have a lot of problems at the same time? Do I like stressful situation or solve a problem? It's because you have to be at this situation all the time. It's very dynamic environment in project management. So my recommendation is answer for yourself for students. Do I feel comfortable in these situations? And there is answer yes. So yes, it's a very good field to realize yourself, to feel comfortable, to achieve goals. But you have to be comfortable in stressful situation and like solve problems.
But Renata, here I have a question. You generate me a question. Two
Yeah,
questions, however. I
yeah,
mean, multitasking is against time
yeah.
management. So if you would
I
like to
know.
be a manager, you should be efficient, which means that you should avoid multitasking in order to exploit, your time, in order to handle your time management. So whenever multitasking is introduced, you are losing time management by definition. So I mean, a manager
I
should.
know. I hear you, and I know that a lot of information from the researchers changes now about multitasking. But then you are in the project manager. Then you have 5 projects at the same time. Sometimes you get a lot of problems at the same time, and you have to solve. So without multitasking, it's you can't do that.
Yeah. And
It's
I would
good
like
if
your.
you
Please. I thought that you complete.
it's good if you get a strong team which could manage a lot of things and came from you as a project manager. But if not, if project manager has a lot of other uh, things to do, so it's very difficult to
I
avoid
mean,
multitasking.
I think one success thing a good manager should do is delegation. I mean, if you're a good manager, I think that you should delegate, the work also to others in order to avoid multitasking and also the team, to work in parallel. I think that this is one of the biggest challenges, delegation, delegate things and trust the others. This is one, in my opinion. And the second is like, what do you think? A good manager is someone that very efficiently deals with daily issues of the daily life, or it's someone that inspires the other and is a leader? What is your opinion? Because there is a common say, managers manage people, but leaders inspires people. So what is your opinion on this? Because you mentioned at the very beginning the
Yeah,
strategic vision of something.
yeah. I think in the theory, it's about the leader who is inspiring others, who delegate,
So, Renata,
have
Renata,
very good.
Renata, you mentioned about theory, but I will give you an example in practice. Sir Alex Ferguson was like the manager and the leader. He's like, so this is from the real life.
But in real life, sometimes you have to manage your team. Sometimes you have to stop the arguments or discussions. And how it's said that 90% is about communication. So if you can delegate these communication tasks, it's impossible. But I heard you, and I totally agree that if we manage our project manager processes and let him or team member to only solve the problems, and maybe create a role near to him, for example, project manager assistants, which you can delegate your tasks. It works. It will work.
Yes. Okay, we can discuss this, until tomorrow, I will say. But I think also, delegation provides another element. It's not only to implement tasks on right time, but also to provide the co-sharing and the co-ownership of the team that they work on something. For example, if I will give you an example, if in light conversion, the fabrication of an excellent laser system happens on time, and more people, they will work and, evaluate and assess your system, the whole company will go up. So I think it's also the element of co-ownership and co-responsibility of what we are doing is something important for all of us. For me, thank you, Renata, for the responses, and let's give the floor to George.
Hi, Renata. Hi, Olga. Sorry for not being able to attend your talk. The question, having read your CV, my question is, what about the legislation issues in your already jobs you have undertaken? What's the role besides soft skills, besides technical skills and so on? What is the role of legislation issues in the various projects you have participated? Thank you.
I don't know if I correctly understand the question. Please correct me.
Yes.
But if you are talking about other skills, you are talking about which I get. So I think for me, it's very important to be in dynamic environment where I can learn not by myself, but also from others. So if you choose the strong company, if you choose experts working with, is a key to grow for yourself. So it's very important where are you with your qualities, and very important to choose and university and of course the company, the team members. So please correct if I correctly understand your question.
No, it's okay. The question has to do, you have undertaken some projects for regenerative resources, power systems, and so on, if I got it well from your CV. Okay. Which is the role of legal issues? For example, from a technical point of view, we have a technical solution. But the question arises, is it feasible from a legislation point of view? I mean,
George,
the laws,
George,
the laws.
George,
Yes.
George, towards the end, Renata has mentioned a very important thing beyond all, the aspects and the priorities that she provided. She mentioned that legal and technical literacy of the projects that you are going to involve and you are going to manage is an essential for the successful implementation of any project. She mentioned this during her talk. You had the issues. You were not you had technical issues. That's probably you missed.
Yeah, but of course, it's very important when you join your new team. Of course, I'm new at the light conversion, and it's a new environment for me, a new legal technical requirements. So I have to put more efforts to know a lot of new things, and then you are join team where you maybe know more about project management, but less about technical requirements. You have to work more.
The thing is, like Renata, there is a small confusion. I mean, in order to be successful professional, you need to have both of the aspects, technical and soft skills. For example, if you are a good doctor and you don't have manners, you're not a good doctor because you're not going to have customers. If you are, you have good manners and you're not good doctors, then you're not going to have you're not going to have a customers, in any means. You need to demonstrate both. And even for the academics, you can be an excellent scientist, but you cannot present and you cannot transfer. You don't know how to do it, and transfer and your knowledge. You can be a bullshitter in science, and you can be an excellent presenter, but you are still a bullshitter. You cannot go deeper. You need to be both of the things. And the confusion now is like companies, they can find people with technical competencies because there are so many graduates from the universities, from excellent universities. The problem is that they cannot find, excellent scientists with good transversal skills. This is the issue. That's why a lot of companies, they prioritize right now the existence of soft skills and not technical competencies. This does not mean that they are going to hire someone with no technical competencies. Both of them, they are important, but right now they lack technical staff with the appropriate transversal skills. And this is also the challenge for artificial intelligence era. The transition needs, transversal skills. This does not mean that you don't have to have technical competencies, but the lack, especially in the academia, is the soft skills. An absence,
It's for us, it's more easier to learn project management. So we are looking more with engineer background. And during my career in recruit and light conversion, we are focused on employee who are with engineer background, because to teach project management is more easier.
Excellent. I think that we have, yes, I mean, Panagiotis also introduces, what we should do as a universities. I agree with you, Panagiotis, but still we need to cultivate this attitude and this culture within the academia. This is academics where university is a very hard place sometimes in order to adapt and change. It's very hard, in my opinion. And I think that we should stop here. We are 45 minutes here. I think, Olga, we would like to thank you, Renata, especially. And we're going to renew our meeting whenever, the Athena Career Office will introduce us the next speaker. From our side, we are grateful for this contribution, for this discussion, and more people, they are going to watch the recording. Thank you both, Olga, Renata, and of course my colleague George, and Panagiotis for his participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.